This is an interesting question. Everybody's talking about the return of Aaron to the show, and he was in that like less than 30-second cameo a couple episodes ago when he calls Pam, and then he's in the one photo where he's in the hospital room with Karen and Zach. But I think an interesting question that needs to be asked is whether or not Aaron has moved on. Now, you could argue that maybe he hasn't, because you think about it, it's been 3+ months. I say 3+ because the 3-month time skip, plus it's probably been a few weeks, in between episode 1 of season 7 to where we are now, meaning that, why are you checking in, just see how things are going. Now, two things with that. Number one, maybe Aaron just isn't sold on the idea that he isn't the father of Karen's baby. So maybe he's just checking in to see how she's doing. That's one possibility. And even if he's moved on, sometimes you could just be curious, because imagine if he has moved on and then like 2 months from now he's doing well, and then he gets a phone call or something from Karen saying you're the father of this child. So maybe he's just checking in for that. Second thing is the fact that I see some growth, because the Aaron of old probably would have just drove down to the salon just to go, but he decided to call. But not only did he call not Karen, because he knew she didn't want to hear from him, but he just called the next best thing, which was Pam, to just check in on everybody. But I also think it would be interesting if the wake-up call comes that the DNA results show that he isn't the father. And then Karen is like, oh, well, there's absolutely positively no chance of me getting with Zach again, even though he's made it clear on 155, occasions. But since I can't use this baby as leverage, and if it's Aaron's baby, I guess I'll just hook up with him. But then it turns out he's moved on. But it's like, I think that's going to be terrible for Karen if she tries to weaponize the baby against him, where it's like, well, Karen, for months I was saying, I know that's my child. You said it wasn't. You kept chasing after Zach. I basically threw myself at your feet, which I would rub and bring you ice cream and pickles and your favorite Chinese food and everything. I was doing everything as a man that I could to show you that I would love you. And how many times did I tell you that I will love this baby and take care of this baby as if it was mine, even if it isn't. Then you showed me a DNA test that it wasn't my baby. So why in the world? And then you told me that you wanted this to stop, basically anything between us. You didn't want anything from me. Hey, as Karen told Zach that she needed to hear from his lips, I don't love you no more. I don't want to see you no more. I don't want to be with you no more. So why in the world would I just sit around for 3+ months waiting? Honestly, I hope he's moved on. Like the Calvin thing, even though he's no longer in the show, I'm glad that he found a white girl and just left. He was like, what was he going to do? What would he look like just sitting around for 3 months? And Sabrina had been dating Rich. Like, what was he going to wait around for? Stupid. So yeah, it would really be something else if Aaron is the father, but he has moved on. Or another way to look at it is if Rico or Gary or some other dude is the father of these twins, and it's like nobody wants Karen because Zach again has moved on, plus the kids aren't his, so there's no reason for him to have any sort of obligation to Karen whatsoever. And if Aaron isn't the father, well, guess what? You had your shot with him. He said, even if the kid wasn't mine, I'd take care of it. But you pushed him aside. And what if Aaron has moved on? And like I said, it would be funny if he just starts dating Pam. And then let's say that Rico guy. Remember, he left Karen high and dry in season 1 as her F-boy whenever Zach would mess up, because he was engaged and he said, I'm marrying my fiance like this weekend or something. So she's going to be alone. She will. And this is, again, if Aaron ain't the father. Well, even if Aaron is the father, guess what? He might have moved on. And what's the point of trying to hook up with Karen? Because what if he hooked up with that, what was her name? Jennifer, that chick that called him John in the parking lot. So yeah, again, Karen has nobody to blame but herself, similar to the business failing. And you had Zach offering money. You had Aaron offering support, but you said no, and now look at you. But again, this isn't a video just to shit on Karen, but I'm looking at the possibilities of her isolating everyone because she wanted to focus in on Zach, believing he was the dad, as opposed to looking at the true reality of this situation. So as always, thanks so much for tuning in, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.